Action. Hi guys, thank you so much for coming to our second Finance Club meeting. For those of you who don't know already, you probably do. My name is Allie Henry. I'm the president of the Finance Club, study business analytics and economics. This is my VP.
Hello, my name is Albert. I'm the VP of the Finance Club. I study finance and analytics here.
Alright, so we're really happy to be welcoming Mike Worthington from AXA Advisors today, here to talk about the recruiting process and how to get an internship or job at AXA Advisors, which is an advisory firm based in the Bay Area. But first we're going to talk about just a few operational things just for you guys as members. Next week there will not be a meeting here. Does anyone know why? What's going on next week? Anyone? Someone knows. You know. Where are you going to be next week?
Oh, that's the week after.
Oh, the career fair.
The career fair. The career fair is happening next week. The career fair is an event where a bunch of different companies come to St. Mary's and they start looking and recruiting for jobs and internships. It's basically going to be taking place on De La Salle lawn, and we don't want you guys to be all up in this stuffy room. We want you to be out there and talking to employers, getting your face out there, passing out resumes, grabbing business cards, networking, all of those good things. So be sure to prepare for that. That is again during community time of Wednesday of next week, which is why we're not having a meeting. The following week, someone said the event that's happening the following week, October 9th, what's happening? The real estate, yes, the economic real estate forecast is happening on the 9th, and we're really looking forward to that huge event. We're having these huge real estate firms come and give their forecast. We're also having some really exciting representatives, including some women from the Financial Women of San Francisco. For the girls in the room, who I'm talking to right now, if you're interested in finance and you're looking to network with some really great women, FWSF is an excellent organization, and they offer a $10,000 scholarship to women who go to school in the Bay Area. I was one of the recipients last year, and they've also set me up with their mentoring program, and I have really great connections from it, so they will be coming to our event, so be sure to be there and talk to them and get some face-to-face time with them. And if you're a freshman, you're not allowed to apply yet, but your sophomore year, you will be allowed to apply, so keep your grades up so you're eligible for that. So that's that. And then lastly, the CFA Challenge. If you're interested in doing the CFA Challenge, we talked about it last week. The CFA Challenge is where the CFA Institute gives you a company and you basically do analysis on it and you create a report and a presentation explaining why you would either buy, hold, or sell the stock. It's an excellent opportunity. The representatives who did it last year attested to the fact that they were offered a bunch of jobs afterwards and you get a lot of really great connections from it. So if you're interested in finance or investment banking, this is a really excellent opportunity. If you are interested, be sure to contact Mary Beth at, I can't even read the pen, MBS7, I believe?
Yep.
Is that what it says?
MBS7.
Maybe we're rewriting that green pen. Send your resume to Mary Beth by Friday. It's due on Friday. We're trying to get this group together so they can start working. It doesn't matter if you're a freshman or if you don't have much experience or if you don't even know what I'm talking about when I say buy, sell, or hold. You're going to be working with mentors and faculty to help you and to support you through the process, and you're not alone in this. So even if all of this is going right over your head but you think it would be a good experience, just send your resume to Mary Beth just to get your name on the list and see whether or not you would be a good fit. Okay, I think that's all that I had. I'm ready to pass it off to Mike, so let's give him a warm welcome. Oh,
awesome.
One more thing, sorry. If you are interested in executive positions, we'll be reaching out later today. All right, thank you, Mike. Go ahead.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. I was actually just looking up here at the wall. Buy calls, write puts, write forwards. I don't have an idea what that means. So we're more on the financial advising, financial services side with AXA Advisors. At St. Mary's we have two great programs. One is the externship program. So I'll talk briefly about that, and then the other one is the SIE exam. And I have a couple flyers here. I think Larry has some as well.
Yeah, pass that along so they can register.
Perfect. So the externship program is, there's 3 sessions. They're each 2 hours long, and it gives you some good insight into the financial services industry. It's held here on St. Mary's campus, and the first session, it really looks at what's the difference between a financial advisor and a financial analyst. A lot of people don't really know, so we like to go over that, make sure people are clear, and help them decide, what they want to go into. Is it the advisor route or the analyst route, operations route, and so forth. Second one is really figuring out, now that we're looking at the advisor route, what does that entail? What do? We help individuals and small businesses with everything financial planning, tax planning, estate planning, retirement planning, and so forth. And then the third session is a real life example of what we do, looking at someone's financial plan, looking at different investments that we're able to recommend, and how we actually improve the situation. So really cool class or program that we do here. I did it when I was studying at UC Boulder, and now I'm working here as a manager at AXA. So would definitely recommend that. More importantly is the SIE course. I know Larry's put a lot of emphasis on this. Great program for anyone that's a junior or senior. What it entails is an entire course, and you get credit for it, and it is really about, again, insight into the financial services industry. I know you guys are all looking for positions. That's probably why you're here today. If you want to bump up your resume, add something that's will really attract employers, having this SIE exam on there helps. What we're doing in the SIE course is preparing you for this exam. It allows you to sit for the Series 7 and the Series 66. And again, if you're going in the analyst route, the advisor route, the operations route, and an employer sees this on your resume, then they're going to be, giving you a call, asking, to learn a little bit more. So that's as much as I really had for us today. I think that's, really what we're doing here. I think if you do either of those, the externship or the SIE class, not only will it be great for your resume, but it will also, really give you insight on which direction you want to go. Is it the analyst route? Is it the advisor route? And then you'll learn more about each of those along the way. Any questions? Yeah.
So you said that externship was on campus?
Yeah, I think the first class or session is on campus,
Okay.
and then the following two, I'm not sure if the second one is on campus or not, but the third one I know is back in our office in San Francisco.
Are there weekend requirements for this?
No, it's just 3 courses. I think they're on Wednesdays. They start after the event next Wednesday, and then they're 2 hours. I think it's 6 to 8. We provide pizza, and then the last one we provide a happy hour there. So meet some of the team members. It's pretty fun. I'll be doing it as well as my brother, Chris Worthington. He works at AXA as well.
And this is all in San Francisco?
The first one is definitely here. I'm not sure about the second one. Once I get the mailing list and figure that out, I'll email you guys. And then the third one, I'm pretty sure, is in San Francisco, where you guys can come into our office, check out our office, and then meet some more of the team members.
How do we sign up?
So, I don't know, Larry, how did you sign up?
Did you get Ali's contact information?
No, but I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Albert, do you have one of your business cards?
Not well. I don't think I have it on me right now.
Okay. But you can swap contact information with Albert, and Albert will send everything up. We'll send it out to our distribution list.
Okay.
And make sure everybody gives their contact information if you have it to Albert, so you can get on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to either send me your resume or if you have a printout of it, and then I'll give you guys a call. We can talk a little bit. If you don't really know what direction you want to go, we can try to figure that out over the phone. Otherwise, you can sign up for the externship program. We can go through that, and quickly you'll realize what direction you want to go. Sound good? Did you want me to go over anything else?
No, I can go over something.
Okay.
And you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So how many people are interested in investment management? Okay, awesome. It's a great place to get into. You can go obviously into the analyst role, either fixed income or equity. Investment management is a good place to get into business. And then if you want to have loftier goals like investment banking or private equity, you're going to need an MBA from a top 10 to get in. What do investment advisors do? Well, Access Advisors is a great platform, of a company to go work with, because they have all of the products available to you to be able to put together the solution for the client. You're doing multiple things when you go work as an investment advisor. I mean, if you're lucky, you go into the business, where maybe you have a relative or something that has already built a book of business, and you basically go in and work with that person, or you work in a team of an individual that's built a huge book, and basically you become one of the team members. So it's a great way to get in, start working on cases, very quickly, and then you're building your book, at the same time. The ideal situation is that if you can position yourself correctly, a lot of these people are reaching retirement age, and at some point in time, they're going to want to offload their book. And if you're sitting there with a book of business, and you're the one that's going to be heading the team, you're looking at basically an annuity, of cash flows. What do investment advisors do? We're basically sales people with technical skill sets. Our goal is to not only service clients, but to find clients. Service clients, ideally, the higher the net worth, the individual or the family, the better, but you got to cut your teeth on smaller deals before you can get to bigger deals. The goal is to be able to move through the sales cycle very quickly and increase the velocity of your transactions, either bringing in assets under management or underwriting insurance or annuity cases to be able to make the commissions. You're either getting referrals of people over to you. You're getting referrals because you're a good person and you got a good track record and reputation. It's like, oh yeah, you want to work with Larry, at AXA. I've worked with him in the past. He's really good. He really helped us out. I think if you're looking for an investment advisor, you should go work with him and his team. Or you're going out and you're going to parties or social events or in line at Starbucks or anywhere, basically starting conversations with the individuals to basically start having conversations, learning about who they are, where they came from, do they have kids, do they own a house, what keeps them up at night, what does their life look like in 10 or 20 years from now, what's their biggest concerns right now that they should be working on. So you just have these conversations where you're actually selling without selling. So it's a sales process without selling. And usually what you'll do is you'll meet up with those people again. You'll sit down with them for maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes, kind of go through the process again, take lots of notes, and then try to come to some informal agreement that what you'll do at the end is to put together some strategies and maybe some product recommendations so that the next time that you meet, they can sit down and you can basically lay out a solution for them, either it be college planning or insurance or annuities, or maybe they don't like their broker at Schwab and they want to roll over their managed account over to you to basically redesign the portfolio. And then ideally, once you do the presentation, hopefully the client would say, yeah, I really need a couple $1 million worth of life insurance because my company only gives me $50,000 and I really need a couple million. So could you help me out on that? Oh, and my wife needs some too. Oh, and by the way, little Johnny, and Ginny, are going to be going to college in, 16 years, and we need to set up a 529 plan for them. And oh, by the way, we might as well, get some life insurance for them so that, at some point in time in the future, if anything happens to them, we have the life insurance, but also we can give them the life insurance policies when they reach 25 years old. And the cash value within the life insurance policy, they can use as a down payment for a house. So that's kind of a crash course in investment advisory. I love it because of the strategy, the creativity and the strategies, the personalness, the personalities of the individuals you're working with, and being able to help individuals or small companies or entrepreneurs, that need help. And a lot of people just don't have time to basically do their own investment advisory, so they need experts like yourself. And people want to work with people they like at the end of the day. And if they like you, then they're going to trust you. And if they like you and trust you and the company has a brand and a good reputation for selling financial services that actually perform, then there's no reason why you can't have a great career, you know, in this business.
Yeah, going off that, AXA, we work on a brokerage capacity. So you guys are familiar with Morgan Stanley and Merrill Lynch. You know, everyone knows those names. They're really on the wealth management side. They're looking at, you know, an investment portfolio, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, and so forth. They really only stick to that. That's, you know, 95 to 100% of their time. And then on the other side, there's the Northwestern Mutuals, the New York Lifes, who really do the risk management, the life insurance, long-term care insurance, disability, and so forth. They, 95 to 100% of the time, stick to that insurance. But rarely are there companies that encompass both. That's why we work on that brokerage capacity, where we have the ability to work on both sides. So if you're competing against another advisor, it obviously gives you a huge competitive advantage. You know, if you're competing against a Merrill advisor, he's only helping with the investment portfolio, and they have an insurance need as well, and they're probably going to come to you to handle everything. As well, we work on a non-biased approach. So we have the ability to go out and work with any investment company or any insurance company on the market to find whatever solution is suited for our client's needs. So an example, I have a client at Intel down in the South Bay, and one day he came to me, he's already my client, he said, Mike, I need to implement some life insurance into my overall plan. And I said, great, let's go through underwriting through AXA, let's see what rating we get, and then we'll go from there, we'll figure out exactly what we need to get. And he came, AXA actually came back to me 2 weeks later and denied him insurance because it came back that he had diabetes. And I said, no problem, no worries, there are other companies out there that underwrite much more favorably for someone having diabetes. So I went to the network, Pacific Life, one of the companies in our network came back, and they said, you know, he actually takes good care of his health, takes good care of his diabetes, we can issue him an insurance policy. And, you know, if we're helping someone with that, they're going to go to State Farm or wherever they go to get insurance, and they're going to deny them. If they come to us, we're going to say, you know, AXA denied you, but let's go to the rest of the insurance companies out there. Let's find a company that will insure you. So that's a huge part of our business. Going off what Larry said, you know, what we're doing from a new advisor standpoint, we understand that a lot of you guys don't have a professional network where you can go out and say, you know, we've been working with each other for 10 years, you know, you trust me, I switched into this advisor route, I want to help you manage your money, whatever. I understand that a lot of you guys don't have that. So we created programs in different areas that we can help new advisors succeed. I started a cold calling group for, you know, people that aren't afraid of the phones. We go to networking events. We have a CRM system. So, you know, going off what Larry said about a book of business, we have AXA's book of business. So we help our new advisors with that as well. From 3 of those programs, you know, people in their first year are seeing a lot of success. So just to add on to what you were saying there.
And why don't you talk about the management route too? Because some of these students might want to move into the business, build a book, and then build a team, and then manage and recruit and build out their book by being a manager.
Yeah. So once you've been an advisor for a year, 2 years, we really push you to either one of 2 directions. One is the management route, another one is a specialty route, learning, you know, exactly what you need to know about all aspects of one thing, whether it be life insurance, whether it be working with small businesses, whether it be the investment management side. So we push you into either of those 2 directions. If it's the management route, then it's really looking at, you know, you starting your own team. And we have great programs. We have a leadership development school is what we call it, to get you into the management route. And we have a great program to start hiring for, you know, new managers. The other route is the specialty route, so pushing you into, you know, what do you have a passion for? Is it working with life insurance? Is it working with small businesses and CEOs? Whatever direction you go, then we really want you to specialize in that, and then partner you up with 3 or 4 other people that are specializing in one specific area. And, you know, from that those 3 or 4 work together as a group, and they are able to work with higher net worth individuals, and be really competitive because they know everything about one specific area. Yeah. Any questions about that?
That's great. Hey, why don't you talk about the licensing?
The licensing?
Yeah, because that's one of the greatest things is once you get your licensing, along with the CE, because if you get your continuing ed in
Yeah.
long-term care, in the annuities, you can pretty much sell any product,
Yeah.
both in insurance and in the security side. So once you get the 766, you get the long-term care, and you get the variable annuity, you can sell anything to any client. You're not hamstrung, or you don't have any you're not tied behind your back. You can engineer the solution.
Yeah. No, that's a great point.
Like how long does it take? And
A lot of companies,
what is
they'll-
the 766?
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that.
A lot of companies, they'll start you with just your life and health license, and you're not able to help your clients with anything besides life insurance and only one specific term insurance. So what we do is we have people, before they actually become an advisor, they complete all 4 exams. So the life and health, the SIE, the 7, and the 66. And those allow you to sell anything, help your clients with anything. The time frame for those, you guys are in a great position early on in your senior or junior year. I don't know how old you guys are. But if you're looking to get a position for when you graduate, and you get an offer from us in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, then you have all this time to complete the last those 4 exams. If you do the SIE course, that's a pretty much freebie. Then you have the life and health. The SIE, or the Series 7 and the 66 are shortly thereafter. If you're in school, they'll probably take you a month for the first 2, the life and health and the SIE, or you can do the SIE course. If you're not in school, they'll probably take you 2 weeks. And once you pass the SIE, then you can take the Series 7 and the 66. And for people that are in school, they'll probably take you 2 months, 3 months. For people out of school, probably take you a month. But what I really liked about AXA was that right when we start our first day, we're a full-fledged financial advisor. We can sell whatever we want, really whatever the client needs. If you go, I don't want to bash any companies, but there are other routes where, again, they'll start you with just one license. You can help them with that one aspect, but after that, you have to pass them on to another advisor, and then they're going to get compensated on, all of the other whatever solutions we do. So if it's wealth management, annuities, different types of life insurance, and so forth. So it really makes us, competitive when, again, we're competing against other advisors out there. Any questions? Any questions with the licenses?
Yeah, the thing I didn't like at New York Life, I didn't have to worry about it when I went over there, but what they make you do is they make you get the Series 6, not the 7, and the 63, and not the 66. So that you go work and you start building your book, and at some point in time, you want to start selling more product. To be able to sell more product, you got to get the 66, and you got to get the 7. So you got to go back and take the exams over again. So instead of studying and taking the 66 and the 7 right off the bat, you got to take 4 exams instead of 2 exams. So going with companies where you're going right at the 66 and the 7 is better.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless you like to take exams. I don't like taking exams.
No, that's exactly right. If you want to do investment management, which is essentially annuitizing your book of business, where you get a residual income stream every year, you have to have the 7 and the 66. So, the last thing that I wanted to touch on with you guys today, you kind of reminded me of this, but there's really 5 reasons that I got into this business. The first one is the fact that we do create a residual income stream. It really creates or makes us irreplaceable to the company. If we have, say, $10 million in assets under management, we're making $50,000 a year on that $10 million. If AXA cuts us, then we're gonna go work at another broker-dealer. We're gonna take all of our clients, that $10 million, and we'll go somewhere else. So AXA, loses all the revenue that they were generating off that $10 million. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's an interesting career. I don't know other places where you can go out as a 25-year-old now, as a 23-year-old right when I started, go out and help people on a day-by-day basis. People say that they have that aha moment, and I was, I think, a year into the business. I'd been working with someone that was 65 years old. I looked at their portfolio for probably 20 minutes, and I had a better understanding of their situation than they did. So it was really rewarding for me. That's number 2. Number 3 is that it's ever-changing. You're not going to come across 2 people's situation that's the same. If you do, that would be amazing. But everyone has different needs, and it's really important to address their needs and find the different solutions that we can offer to help them satisfy those needs. Number 4 is that it's a career opportunity. An advisor route compared to an analyst route. An analyst, my roommate's an analyst, and he's already been at 3 positions since we graduated 3 years ago. Really what they do is they look for the next spot, someone that will offer them a little bit of a higher salary. But they're not trying to create a residual income stream or stay at a company for a long time. I see myself working at AXA for a long time because I already have a lot of assets under management. Now I have a team of 6 people that are working under me, and I see myself working there for a lot longer. Any questions with those?
Can you talk about compensation?
Compensation?
Yeah, how it's structured, tiered, how much can you actually make on selling annuities and life insurance, and if I bring in $1 million under management.
Yeah, can I write it on the board?
Yeah, you can.
Maybe this one?
Yeah, you grab grab one of those, and you
Yeah, so there's really 3 ways that people are compensated. The first one, we'll say annuities. The second one will be life insurance. And then the third one is assets under management. So with annuities, we get a % payout. So if someone has $100,000, $200,000, whatever, we can put them in an annuity that will guarantee an income stream. Again, it's used for different people based on their goals. Say we put someone's $100,000 into an annuity that pays 3%. Well, that generates 3,000 what we call PCs. I'll go over what a PC is in a minute. Life insurance, say a husband and wife they each have a $500,000 need, so they do 2 permanent life insurance policies. Say for that it costs $10,000 to pay for that $500,000 on each of them. We get paid 55% of their annual contribution for the first year. So that would be 5,500 PCs. And then assets under management, these are your 401ks. If we manage someone's portfolio, say we have $1 million in assets under management, and we charge a 1% fee, well, that would be $10,000 on an annual basis. AXA takes half of it, so we get 5,000 PCs on an annual basis. So again, this is what we're doing. We're creating that residual income stream. Again, making ourselves irreplaceable by the company. So we get this every year. This is just a one-time transaction. In your first year, you get, of PCs, you get 1.3 in terms of dollars. So that would be $3,900. Your same thing, 1.3. I don't know what that is, $7,000. So. And then this will be $6,500. Any questions? Is that?
And then just do that like 100 times.
Yeah. What's nice about this is that we have our, payouts that will allow you to pay for rent and pay for your expenses up front, and then we're also building our book of business. Other companies will only do assets under management. It's hard to sustain the first couple of years while you're building your book. If we had this one case, which is pretty reasonable, that would be $10,900 plus $6,500, close to $17,000 of income. Yeah.
And then is that income paid out as a 1099?
It's not. It's through our AXA benefits.
So
It's
are you an employee or are
Yep.
you okay? So do you get benefits and stuff like that, healthcare?
Yep. All benefits. Life insurance that you get, health insurance, 401k. Our stock is public, so we have an ESPP, employee stock purchase plan, where we get a 15% discount. And then all other benefits that you would normally get. So I forgot that I was being recorded.
I'm telling you, it's going to go viral.
It's gonna go viral. So yeah, any questions?
Yeah, actually, what's the flexibility like? And do you get travel or are you tied down to San Francisco? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best things about our job is that it's completely flexible. You have a manager that manages you and helps you, but he's not a boss, and that's one of the best things, is that, I took off the last couple Fridays because I got to the point where, I'm doing everything that I need to do, running a certain number of meetings, and that's kind of what they require. In terms of timing to come into the office, I usually get there at 7 or 7:30, and then I'll leave at 6 or 7, Monday through Thursday, and then I'll usually leave at 12 or 1 on Friday, just because, it's not as busy at that point. Still get in 40 or 45 hours, but really, allows you to have that flexibility. My parents have a lake house up in Clear Lake, and I like to get out of San Francisco, beat the Tahoe traffic before then, so. I don't know why I said that, but.
We were wondering where you got your tan.
Yeah, right. Any other questions?
No?
I
Okay,
think
cool.
a good next step is, if you guys get a chance to send me your resume, I'll get the mailing list and I'll send you a quick email. I'll also be at the networking event, the career fair.
The economic, oh yeah, great. The career fair?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I think the first externship day is right after that. So I'll send you some more information about that. and we'll go from there.
Great, thank you.